This skull has what is known as artificial cranial deformation. This deformation is a type of body alteration in which a skull is intentionally modified or deformed. The skull comes from an indigenous South American male.
Artificial cranial deformation, head flattening, or head binding is a form of body alteration in which the skull of a human being is deformed intentionally. It is done by distorting the normal growth of a child's skull by applying force. Flat shapes, elongated ones, produced by binding between two pieces of wood, rounded ones, binding in cloth, and conical ones are among those chosen. Typically, it is carried out on an infant, as the skull is most pliable at this time. In a typical case, head binding begins approximately a month after birth and continues for about 6 months. Intentional cranial deformation predates written history. It was practiced commonly in a number of cultures that are widely separated geographically and chronologically.
Ancient cultures around the world had a ruling class that practiced intentional cranial modification, a procedure to deliberately reshape the skull to express status, wealth, and nobility. Some of the oldest examples of this were dated as far back as 5,000 to 12,000 years ago in China and spans continents around the world. Was this an attempt to imitate an advanced race of beings with elongated heads? If so, might they be extraterrestrials? And what evidence suggests that they actually existed?
In my opinion, there was an advanced civilization on this planet at one point who were our progenitors. I very much believe they had elongated skulls from what we can see in all our ancient iconography and mythologies, and subsequently all the other civilizations that followed attempted to mimic them. Sometimes that included cranial deformation, and other times that included different hats and symbolism, but we know that they existed and we know that they came before us.